Greetings and welcome to the Sports Card Ripping Teacher. What a weekend. Everything is back to being right with the world. On Saturday, Purdue, they had their big drum. They were making a big deal about the other year. Didn't matter because Notre Dame beat them like a drum. It was a good old-fashioned Catholic whooping, Old Testament style, 66-7. Notre Dame had a chance to hang that 70 burger on them towards the end of the fourth quarter. They just said, enough is enough. And the Packers won 16-10. And as I was watching the game, it actually kind of reminded me of my first trip to Lambeau Field. My good buddy Jonas Bradley and I, we went. It was November 19th of 2000. It was Packers versus the Colts. Peyton Manning's second year, I think, but his first trip to Lambeau Field. And at halftime, the score was 19-0. The Packers were winning. And there was a crucial moment during warm-ups when my buddy, we were down by the tunnel there, and the Colts were coming out for warm-ups. And my buddy yelled to Peyton, "Hey, Peyton, is it cold enough for you?" And Manning turned around and looked at him, and his eyes were big. My buddy had this big, red parka on, kind of looking like Santa Claus almost. And it messed with Peyton for at least the first half, probably the first three quarters. But the Colts had a 21-point fourth quarter, huge comeback. But the Packers, I kind of remember like an Allen Rossum return. Either it was a return for a touchdown or it set up a touchdown for the Packers. The Packers won 26-4. And, Anthony Richardson, they did not look good in that first half. Packers probably should have put them away. They did not. The onside kick, the announced onside kick was recovered by the Packers there, and the Packers held on. Or was there even an onside kick? I kind of forget now. But I enjoyed watching football, and even the Cubs won. And for me, that was pretty important as well. My cousin, I think I've told you about him before, he's in the Army, and he just became a Master Sergeant General, E8, and that kind of has to do with his years of service, I believe. And he was stationed in Colorado. Here's one of his coins that he gave to, I don't know if he gave this one to Graham or Jax. We kind of just have them. So he's our hero. We're always thinking about him. But he's going back to his first unit he was in Texas, where I believe he's now a one-star general. So he was able to go to the game yesterday in Colorado before he headed over to Texas. He's from Arkansas. He just couldn't handle the cold weather of Colorado. So, man, what do we got here? Oh, let's do our home run challenge. Quite a few of you faded me, and I want to make note of those that followed me. Again, it was a parlay, and I saw that huge ninth inning by the Dodgers, and I saw a 1-1-1 by Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman for hits, runs scored, and RBIs. I thought, hey, maybe they did it. No, they had singles, they drove in runs, they scored runs on someone else's home run. But the Adventurous Joe, thank you for following me, buddy. We have meatloaf on the menu this week after you had your meatloaf video the other day. One of my favorite things, we followed the Weber Grill recipe. It's outstanding. David, Callie, and Jordan Squad, thank you very much, buddy, for following me. And J+K Retro Gaming, thanks again, buddy, for following. Again, it was a tall order having a parlay in there, but I appreciate you guys. So we got our Tiger Woods tin here. Grizzos cards, he's going in. Chris Munoz, he's going in. God is Great is going in. Again, I said it was a good play to follow me. I want to get as many people in here as possible. So maybe once the baseball season's over, I may have a little special raffle for these guys here. I don't know. Budget Rips, he is in. Barry, he is in there. Three Good Nerds. Man, my good buddy faded me. He's in there. TCB Sports Cards, he's in there. Card Collector 65, he's in there. Pick Six Cards, which, who doesn't like seeing the Cowboys lose? I'll be honest with you. They were a thorn in our side. So if you're a Cowboy fan, no disrespect to you or anything, but the Cowboys had our number when I was a kid until we beat them on the road to the Super Bowl. And Bloodline Cards, you are in there as well. We'll be picking our winner pretty soon. So who am I going with this week? Where's my paper at? It's Wednesday. It's Juan Soto. I got one Juan Soto card left. And I mean, I've been struggling a little bit lately, but the stats are with us. I think, who's he facing? It's Seattle. It's on the road, extra at bat in the 9th inning. But whoever it is, I want to say Emerson Hancock, but it's not. So I don't know why I said it. But Juan Soto is 2 for 3 against this gentleman, 2 home runs. So I usually like picking a Friday or Saturday. Superstars usually play on those days, but Juan Soto would be crazy to sit out Wednesday. So what are we playing for? We're going to add these in there. I found some team traditions and celebrations. The YMCA dance for the grounds crew at Yankee Stadium. And also the Old Timers Day at Yankee Stadium. Going to add those to it. And a lot of people were commenting last week. Everyone likes Bo Jackson, so we'll toss this Bo Jackson card in there as well. So let me know on Wednesday, are you going to fade me or follow me with, I almost said Bo Jackson, Juan Soto. All right, this week's lesson plan. Today and tomorrow, we're going to open up some Topps Chrome Composite. On Wednesday, it'll be Topps Chrome Platinum. Hopefully we get a numbered card, maybe do a little bit of a giveaway for that. Thursday, the Rip League is not looking good. Chris McCaffrey, he did not play. Tua did not play well. None of the Dolphins I picked really played well at all. It was disappointing. I do kind of hope, and we talked about this on Dan's channel. Friday was awesome. I kind of meant to say that before, but we had a good time. We ate the gum, and all of our teams won. So I think we may just be on there every single week until the end of the football season. But we were talking about how hopefully Tua, maybe just I'd retire, go and enjoy your life. So maybe a Topps Composite hanger on Thursday, and Friday we will go downtown hunting. All right, class is in session. Today is Monday, September 16th. It's lesson 23, which goes out to Ryan Sandberg, one of my favorite Chicago Cubs players of all time. Here is his statue dedication. I was working that day. In fact, 3 Good Nerds was in the house watching the Cubs lose to the Mets that day. And the Cubs also had a stand up to cancer day probably about 2 weeks ago, maybe when they played Toronto, I think. And Rhino was in the house for that as well. So I'm going to send this off, TTM, $10 to get a Hall of Famer like Ryan Sandberg. So I'm going to do that, going to add it to my collection. I'll let you know when that gets returned. And he is pretty quick with returns, it seems like. He does live in the Chicagoland area. And I do follow him on Twitter and some other things. He does take some vacations here or there, so it should be a pretty quick return. And I think that is it. So let's go and get some Topps Composite. We're looking for that Brett Favre autograph. All right, so first time opening blaster of Topps Composite. Let's see what we can get. Searching for that Brett Favre autograph. As I told you, I think the other day, my parents are in town and they still love to read the newspaper. So I've been going out in the mornings to get one. You know, my dad's in Wisconsin right now, fishing with some buddies. So I'm getting one for my mom. Mushin Muhammad, he was a Bear for a while. And one thing that I noticed today, you know, the Cubs were on the West Coast when they arrived here, so I knew that would not be in the paper. But for the Bears, they had pictures from yesterday's game, but not the final. And I feel like, you know, can't they wait until the game is over, have all the stuff in there? But I do know the newspaper is a dying breed. Chad Johnson, everyone remembers his little Irish jig against the Bears, at least I do. Ray Lewis on the Voltage, pretty sweet looking card. And the numbers are on the front, so I don't know why I keep on switching to the back, but that's what we do, folks. Emmitt Smith. But I would at least think, you know, if it's a night game, you would wait to have the final, especially, you know, football being just once a week. But it is what it is. All right, Delaney Walker. Again, that's the one guy I'm not quite sure about in here. Never really did much. Midnight, Steve Young. Eddie George. Man, he was a good runner. Adrian Foster, right? Yep. And Lawrence Taylor. All right, 2 more to go here. Yeah, it was definitely, Sunday afternoon, just being able to relax, saying, hey, Notre Dame, they won. They took care of business. The Green Bay Packers, they took care of business. Bo Jackson, everyone likes a Bo, going back to Friday. Adrian Peterson, can't say the same about him, just because he would drive the Packers wild. I mean, Adrian, AP, he would run wild. And Anthony Richardson, I did see a lot of people on Sunday afternoon just saying, hey, this guy's going to be no good. You got to remember, same thing, Caleb Williams, he could be good still. I mean, look at Justin Fields. He's on fire with the Pittsburgh Steelers. But really, 1 year starting in the pros, was it 4 or 5 games last year? And just got to be patient with these guys. Got to be patient. Oh, man, look at those eyes of Barry Sanders. I mean, that's a Halloween card right there if I ever saw it. Man. Chad Ochocinco, one more to go. Is the Brett Favre card, autograph card in here? Or will it be tomorrow? All right, Chris Collinsworth. His son Jake was doing Notre Dame games, I think it was last year, a year before. There's a CJ Stroud. Everyone loves a CJ Stroud. Just want him to keep on doing well. We got that autograph, RPA is CJ Stroud. Dan Marino. See, now it's out of sorts seeing everyone. Frank Gore and Jerome Bettis. That's it for today. Class is dismissed.